I'm Fred Dion and this is Quincy. Today we'll prepare a survival pot kit. I'm used to do a survival kit in a metal bottle, but this time I wanted to expand the kit. This is 1 liter. It's the MSR Stowaway Pot 1.7 liter. It's much more bigger, so we'll build an adventure around this. Okay, let me interrupt this video for a moment. I went in the adventure, and in everything I'm placing in the pot, there's 2 things missing. I'll tell you at the end, but keep in mind there's 2 things missing in this pot. Talking about survival kits, the first thing you should think to bring in your kit, sleeping bag. If I had 1 item to bring, I would bring the sleeping bag, and I will explain it to you a little bit later. But since we want to play in nature, we won't allow ourselves to bring that sleeping bag. No sleeping. Today's video is about what we will put in this pot particularly. So let's forget a bottle. Oh, this is a very special thing that I bring in all my adventures. Survival, camping, expeditions. It's affordable, it's simple, and it will change what you put in your backpack knowing this. Let's keep it for the end. If you buy this pot, you should polish the lid, because if you polish this lid, you can light a fire only using the sun. Magic. Now, what we put in there? Let's bring my survival box and see what we can do. You can't survive more than 3 seconds without safety. So if the roof here is falling on us, we have 3 seconds to leave. You can't survive more than 3 minutes without air. We can survive more than 3 hours without heat. That's why the sleeping bag. Why animals are surviving in the forest any seasons? It's because they got a sleeping bag on their self. It could be -30, I will survive if you give me a sleeping bag. You can survive more than 3 days without water. That's my special trick for you. You can survive more than 3 weeks without food. And to close the rule, we can't live more than 3 months without sex. It's a joke. It's only to close the rule. Now, to fill this pot. When I'm teaching survival, I'm teaching how to build shelters. I'm teaching how to light fires, how to manage your energy. It's all about heat. With 1.7 liter of space, you can bring an axe or you can bring a saw. You can bring part of it. You can unscrew the head of this axe and you'll be able to fit it in the pot. But if you give me the choice, I would choose the saw. Saw is much more effective from my point of view for survival. So what we can do with this saw, we can just pick the blade, roll it, and put it in the pot. Now, what do we have? Snare wire, fishing line, we need a knife, a blade. We got 3 choices. Swiss Army knife, but this one doesn't have a locking blade. I really suggest you bring a locking blade. The Ranger Grip 79, which got a locking blade, so it won't close on your hand. If you know me, you know I like to modify my stuff. So on my Ranger Grip, I glued a lighter. So when I have my knife, I always have a flame on me. The way you wear it, well, there's a carabiner here, but you can just pass it into the loop here and you wear it in your pocket. So this way, you always got your knife and you won't lose it. Every time it's possible, I will use the blue for color. It's easy to find back your stuff if it's blue. So blue lighters, blue rope, every time it's possible. This is the Beeberry pliers. I got 5 items that I bought on Amazon. Look the video here. I modified these pliers adding a file, and I also added an hacksaw. So I can cut metal with it. I sharpened the other side, so I got an extra blade. What's special on this plier, you got a ferro rod. So you're never cut without the ability to do sparks. But I'm telling you, if you build a survival kit, you put lighter in it. You can light 1,200 fires only using that mini bic. It weighs 11 grams. I do recommend you watch my video about how to prepare your lighter. But basically, you just add a tie wrap around 2.5 millimeters. It's held by a piece of duct tape and duct tape. This way you can lock the trigger for the gas and it won't get empty. When you want to use it, you flip it. Then you can use your lighter and you put it back. I like to put a rope on my lighter so I can wear it around my neck. That's your life. You want to keep your lighter. Or you can do just like your knife, just like that. You got your lighter in handy and you put it in your pocket. So this way you're safe. Lighter one side, pliers or knife on the other side. So I'll choose the pliers, I'll choose the lighter, and to be perfectly comfortable, since it's only 11 grams, I'll add a second lighter. Paracord. This is the Wild Air paracord. It's a 4-in-1. So you got the paracord, inside you got a tinder, you got a sewing brand, and you got a fishing line. You can buy it on Amazon. That's a great stuff. So let's put it in the pot. Paracord will be useful to build a raft, to build a shelter. For this adventure, the goal is to catch as much animal as possible. That's the real goal. This time, I want to eat. I want to go further with the passive way of catching animals. Just to let you know, I got a special permit here in Quebec so I can hunt, trap, and fish all primitive way every animal that I want. It gives me the possibility to experiment, develop, and teach survival techniques. If you don't have that permit, you're outlaw. And I got another idea for a shelter. You only need something to cut the rain. You can light a fire, and if you got something to cut the rain, you'll be comfortable. Here's the twist. I got these heavy-duty garbage bags. If you open it, you got 6 feet by 4. So 2 of these bags and it will fit in the pot. Now, I got like 100 feet of snare wire, pliers, 2 lighters. That's a 20-pound fishing line. So I'll put some around this. All the fishing kit will be inside this. And now it's time to reveal that trick that I use to treat my water. You only have to bring a little bottle of bleach. You put 1 drop of bleach in 1 liter of water if your water seems to be alright, 2 drops if the water seems not sure, and 3 drops if you take your water from a swamp. This is 15 millimeters of bleach. You can treat in between 200 and 600 liters of water. I don't bring pumps, I don't bring tabs, I bring bleach. You don't want it to spill in your gear. That's why I put it in a bottle here. And we'll fill this bottle with some fishing gear. Fishing is not my first reflex, but it's a passive way to get some food. So this time I'll be fishing. So let's bring some hooks, some lead, some lures. These are important things to have. Let's bring 2 screws for the saw. Trick, you can use your pot as a reel. You put your line around, throw your line, let it unroll, then you can roll it back in. useful to have a little Ziploc tight bag. That's an heavy-duty Ziploc, so you can treat your water in the Ziploc. Let's bring a whistle, bring a net for the bugs. You never know when it's gonna get crazy. The net you want to have in your gear is this one. This is the net with the bungees which goes under your arms. That's the best one. If you choose the one with the ring around your neck, it will transform your net into a feast for the bugs. So you can wear a t-shirt or a jacket over it and you'll be protected. And that's it. So if I resume, we got the pot, the net for your protection, the Ziploc for the water, fishing kit and water treatment. Garbage bag will help to build a shelter. A plier multi-tool for all the cuts and all the work. 2 lighters, snare wire, a whistle, paracord, and the saw. That's the kit for the survival pot kit. Stick around, the adventure is coming. What would you put in your survival kit? Leave it in the comments. See you after the adventure. And now the 2 things. First, I need to tell you I'm a coffee addict. It could take so little place to put some coffee grains or only the pills, the caffeine. That's one thing. Second thing I would put in my survival kits, it's salt. We need salt and minerals. It's one of the 7 elements we need to survive for the body. So I would add 5 grams of salt for every day and it would change a lot of things. That's it.